So the idea, my mandate for study abroad is to put students on airplanes. Okay? It is not to figure out ways to discourage you and whatever. It is the more students I get, the happier the president is. Okay? So my job, criteria, and mandate is more, not how I can figure out how to frustrate you. So if you can get me a nice application and do all of the steps, it's essentially a guarantee. So we will then notify you of your acceptance into the program. Like, you would have to try really hard to not make it in. So then I'm going to send your application off to our host university, and almost automatically, if I send it, they accept it. It's kind of a formality. Often I'll be emailing back and forth, hey, I got 3 students, I know our agreement says 2, what do you think? And they go, oh, send them all. So we informally do that a little bit at this time of the year. However, they, as part of their job, need to send you an acceptance letter. And this one can take some time. The whole world, again, does not operate like us. When I get an application from abroad, I decide as quickly as I can. That day, hopefully within a day or 2 at the longest, because I know there's a student abroad who's anxious to know how it's going. Other universities have a different process where they will say, we hold all applications till November 30th. And then we do this for a week and decide and issue all the letters. Here at TRU, we do it on a continuous basis for our students coming from abroad. So it depends how they do it. And we're certainly not going to tell them how to run their organization. So you just have to bear with it. So once they send you this letter of acceptance, now we start talking about housing and actually enrolling in courses, going to orientation week, which is mandatory. It's a week prior to the start of classes to get you sort of into the organization. Next step is a student visa. This is where you go to the government of the country of your host, and you give them that letter of acceptance and apply for either a residence or a student visa. And a visa is actually like a stamp or some kind of document inserted or stapled or glued into your passport. So this particular step also can be quite frustrating. You need to understand that, including our Canadian embassy and consular staff, their job is not necessarily to welcome folks to Canada. Their job is to screen for like criminal records and nasty, unsavory souls who might be coming into Canada and the same with the folks at other countries. So just because you send a visa application does not necessarily mean they are welcoming you with open arms. They are actually trained to sort of be kind of confrontational and kind of, what's the word, make you feel a little uncomfortable. So it's a step that is very valuable to go through. Then we have events. This is one we're having Friday night. This won't involve you, but those students who are ready to go out after Christmas, we get those students who are approved and getting just in their last stages of getting ready to go abroad. Rebound is Canadians who've been abroad and are now back at TRU. And as well, our 85 exchange students who are here from our partners, we get together in this room. And it's, as I said, once you become an exchange student and have lived abroad, you have a different, sometimes your friends will seem a little boring, and you will seek out at times those who have that more international thinking process. And this is an event that gives you an opportunity for that. Then we have a risk management seminar, and this is very much a risk management type of day. And it's a way to keep you safe and secure and to give you lots of information on safety, security, health, emergency procedures, all those kinds of things. And attendance at this becomes mandatory once you're accepted. Then off you go. Oh, she had such a good time in Australia. So you're living in the new country, studying at the foreign institution, then you return to TRU, And again, you'll be drawn back to the study abroad office for what we call re-entry. And that word is borrowed from the NASA space program. You may hear the word when the space shuttle is re-entering the atmosphere. That's the most dangerous time, when it can burn up and crash and whatever. And re-entry for a lot of students, coming home is usually more difficult than going. So then you come back here and it's back to ordinary, everyday stuff. Your parents don't really get it. You know, you've changed, others don't recognize it. So a lot of that re-entry we help you work through, as well as to take the experience and figure out ways to make your resume stronger. What words can you use to express it? Not, oh, I lived abroad, it was wonderful. Like, you need to, you know, kind of work with it and make it a lot stronger than that. So if you decide to go through with this, there will be a lot of paperwork between study abroad and the host institution and the government and the registrar's office and everybody. But it's all worth it. I've never had a student say, oh, I would never do that paperwork again in exchange for 6 months abroad. I've never heard anybody say that, but just know up front that there will be paperwork. This PowerPoint will post at the site. So if you need to sort of refer back to it, you can. And I will now try to answer any questions I can. And I'll stay here until everybody's answered. Or you can email me. If you do email me, I would ask that you just say, I've been to a presentation. Because then I know you know all of this, right? And then I can answer a question really quickly. Otherwise, I'll tell you to come to a presentation, and you'll just have to go, oh, well, I already did that, and we just waste time. So, and you can also phone me. No problem at all. And the Study Abroad Center is just next to my office. There's a desk there. There's a computer there. You can work there. No appointment necessary. You can just go sit there. And if I happen to wander by, you can just like, I have a question, you know, catch me on the run and get stuff sorted out as quickly as you can. That's it. Any questions? Oh, good question. The application forms are actually at truworld.ca. Under Student Exchange, you'll see yep, they're online. This is the bilateral application. And the ICEP application's also on the same area.
So you want us to print it off and then we'll do it?
Yeah, I think this is like 9 pages or something. Most applications, this is, I think, 9 pages. Then there's a couple of references, your transcript, the copy of your passport, your personal statement, a few other pieces of information. Lots of applications are 20 or 30 pages long by the time they're done. Anything else? Okay. Well, now you've got something really cool to think about. And like I said, resist going to a computer and checking stuff out. Trust me, we have a place for you. If you want to go, we'll work it out.